Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. The fourth quarter verse of Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham is repeated 6 times in the Nirvana Shatkam. There are 3 parts of Chit, Anand and Roop in Chidananda Rupa. Chit refers to knowledge, Anand to bliss, and Rupa to form of existence. Shivoham Shivoham refers to the absolute nature and pertains to the soul. Let's begin with Rupa. Rupa generally suggests form of existence that is perceived with the Jnanendriya or the cognitive senses through smelling, tasting, seeing, touch and hearing. We are going to look at existence as the visible form or what is seen through the sense of sight. Existence as we understand is of a dependent nature. Human birth is dependent on the existence of parents. Life sustenance is dependent on air, water, food, etc. Death is also dependent. It depends on decay, disease, etc. So long as the form of the human being is apparent, one is said to have existence. However, forms may be beyond direct perception and need knowledge in order to recognize them. For example, take the structure of an atom or an individual cell. One needs enhanced mechanisms like the microscope for seeing the form which is enormous but distant is of the cosmos. Again, one needs enhanced mechanisms like the telescope. While one is towards the micro or minute side and is tiny but close in terms of distance, the other is towards the macro or huge and very far away. Building a microscope or telescope requires knowledge, one of them, on the zooming of a lens. With this, one realizes that just because one cannot see different forms, it does not mean that they do not exist. Bliss or joy emerges from knowledge. For example, the television provides entertainment for the viewer. The event that is viewed may be occurring far away at a distance or sometime in the past or imagination about the future. Instruments like the television are built on knowledge acquired in the field of electricity, electronics, engineering, etc. More examples are the smartphones, laptop, etc. that offer additional functions and amusement. But watching movies, shows, sports, etc. give temporary joyful states and come to an end in a short time. The one that is permanent has been said to have an absolute nature. Absolute existence. It is something that exists without being dependent on anything else. Absolute existence is that which exists independent of time, place, and circumstances. Absolute knowledge. A truly realized Guru teaches absolute knowledge. These are in the form of values or principles which are regarded as universally valid, or which may be viewed without relation to other things. Absolute bliss is something that is not subject to any limitation. It is also having the quality of being unconditional. One such simple example from the ancient scriptures on absolute knowledge in relation to absolute existence is the occurrence of night and day. Perception of night and day are due to the earth spinning on its axis. But for the sun, it is independent of both night and day, for it only shines. The existence of the sun continues regardless of the perception of night or day. Similarly, the waxing and waning of the moon is given as another example. Death is likened to Amavasya or new moon, when the moon disappears from view in the night sky. The crescent moon appearing is the birth. Youth with life at its zenith is Purnima or the full moon. Through all these different phases, the existence of the moon continues unchanged. Inferring from these, one realizes that existence of some form continues for the Purush or human being too. This is absolute knowledge. The soul, the eternal silent witness, the indestructible and unchanging form continues to exist. From absolute knowledge springs forth absolute bliss. When one becomes aware of the permanent quality of the soul, it dispels sorrow and delusion. The veil of ignorance once lifted sets one free and gives a glimpse of reality. Absolute knowledge is a source of solace, which automatically gives rise to the serenity of the heart, and the mind becomes equipoised. In this way, absolute bliss prevails. Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham